There are days when you no longer recognize yourself. There are days when you wake up and do not know why you should get out of bed. Everything still goes on as usual. The sun still rises, your phone still vibrates. Other people still go to work, still study, still laugh and talk as if life is going just fine. But inside you there is only a vague, heavy emptiness that you cannot even name. You stare at the ceiling for a long time. You scroll through your phone mindlessly. You watch one video after another, one post after another, just to kill time. But the more time passes, the emptier you feel inside. The scariest thing is not sadness. The scariest thing is when you do not feel anything clearly anymore. You are no longer excited, no longer looking forward to anything, no longer wanting to begin a new day. The things that once made you happy, once made you smile, once gave you the motivation to keep trying, now have become things that simply used to be. You still exist, but you no longer feel like you are truly living. And then, you begin to ask yourself, what is wrong with me? You do not want to reply to messages. You do not want to see anyone. You do not want to explain anything to anybody. It is not because you hate people, it is just that you are too tired to keep pretending you are okay. Too tired to say I'm fine one more time. You slowly distance yourself from conversations, from people who used to be close to you, and even from the things that once were an important part of your life. But on the outside, you still look normal. You can still smile when someone talks to you. You can still finish a few things that need to be done. You can still show up as if nothing is wrong. And because of that, no one knows what kind of battle you are fighting inside. No one sees the nights you stay awake. No one sees the moments when you sit still for a very long time without understanding why your heart feels as heavy as stone. No one sees the exhaustion coming from within, even though you have barely done anything at all. Maybe right now you think you are weak. You think you are falling behind. You think you are the only person living like this. But no, you are not alone in that feeling. There are so many people out there who smile during the day and quietly collapse at night. There are so many people who have sat in the dark and wondered whether they could keep going. And if you are in that state right now, I want you to hear this very clearly. Your current feelings do not define who you are. The fact that you are tired does not mean you are useless. The fact that you are lost does not mean you have no future. Maybe right now everything feels very dark, but darkness does not mean the road has ended. Sometimes it is simply the part of the journey you have to go through before you find the light. Depression is not always tears. Many people think depression means crying a lot, visibly falling apart, or going through something extremely serious before it can be called suffering. But the truth is, depression is not always as loud as we imagine. It does not always come with screams. It comes very quietly. It slips into your life like a thick fog, making everything feel faded, distant, and meaningless. You still wake up on time. You still go to school, go to work, still eat, still answer a few necessary messages. From the outside, nothing seems unusual, but only you know that all of those actions feel like they are being done by an empty shell. You do things because you have to, not because you want to. You live by inertia, not because you still have hope. That is what makes depression so dangerous. It does not always show itself as obvious sadness. Sometimes it is simply emotional numbness. You are not happy, but you are not sad either. You do not cry, but you do not feel relieved. You are not angry, but you no longer have the energy to love anything. You slowly lose connection with yourself. The things that once mattered now feel dull. The dreams that once burned brightly now feel like a distant memory. There are people who laugh a lot and are still depressed. There are people who still go to work every day, but inside they are shattered. There are people who post perfectly ordinary pictures on social media, and right after that, sit alone in a dark room feeling like no one truly understands them. That is why not every pain can be seen, and sometimes even the person who is depressed does not realize it. They just think they have become lazier, weaker, more useless. They blame themselves for losing motivation. They watch other people work, move forward, build their lives, while they themselves are stuck in a thick fog they cannot escape. And each passing day takes away a little more faith, a little more hope, a little more life. If you are like that right now, the first thing I want to say is this. Please do not hate yourself just because you are tired. You have not become a worse person just because you cannot feel happy the way you used to. You are not a burden just because you need to be understood. There are seasons in life when the only thing you can do is survive one day at a time. And that is not a small thing. You do not need to prove your pain by breaking down in front of everyone in order to admit that you are not okay. Not every wound bleeds. Not every broken heart makes a sound. There are silent injuries so invisible that others cannot see them. But for the person carrying them, every day feels like a long battle without gunfire. So if today you feel like you are no longer yourself, no longer feel anything for the things you once loved, no longer have the strength to try the way you used to, then please listen seriously to what is happening inside you. Do not judge too quickly. Do not rush to conclude that you are weak. Maybe what you need is not blame, but gentleness toward yourself after such a long time of forcing yourself to hold it together. Failure is not just losing at something. It is losing faith in yourself. Failure does not always come from one huge fall. Sometimes it comes from many small disappointments piling up. A test that did not go well, a job that did not bring the result you hoped for, an opportunity slipping through your hands, an unfinished plan, an effort that still did not earn recognition. At first, you think it is just one unlucky moment. Then it happens again, and a few more times. Slowly, you do not just lose results anymore. You lose faith in yourself. The most painful part of failure is not how other people judge you. It is the moment when you begin to doubt yourself. You ask yourself, maybe I'm really not good enough. Maybe I simply do not have what it takes. Maybe I should just give up. Those questions repeat over and over, eating away at your confidence little by little, until one day you no longer have the courage to try again. That is when failure becomes dangerous. Because as long as a person still dares to try, they still have a chance. But when a person has already believed that they cannot, they lock the door in front of themselves, even if that door was never actually closed. You start seeing everything through a darker lens. When other people succeed, you think they are luckier than you. When other people move ahead, you think you could never do the same. You stop seeing the road ahead because your mind is filled only with old wounds. There are people who are not afraid of hardship, not afraid of exhaustion, not afraid of starting over. What they are truly afraid of is the feeling of trying and still failing. Afraid of facing other people's eyes. Afraid of the shame of not becoming what they once said they would become. Afraid of admitting that they really tried, but it still was not enough. And so, to avoid that pain, they do nothing. They procrastinate, they hesitate, they stay still. Then they call it waiting for the right time. But the right time cannot save a person who has already lost faith in themselves. Only daring to move again can do that. You must understand that failure is not proof that you are worthless. It is only proof that you tried. And in this world, many people do not even dare to try long enough to fail. The scratches on your journey do not mean you are weak. They mean you are living honestly with your desires, colliding with reality, learning how to grow. Maybe right now when you look back at your past, all you see is a list of things you did not accomplish. But look more carefully. In all those moments of falling, you are still here. You did not disappear. You are still trying to find an answer for your life. That means there is still a part inside you that has not agreed to give up. And sometimes, as long as that small part still remains, you can rebuild your whole life from it. Failure does not destroy people as quickly as the moment they believe they were born to fail. So if you are carrying memories of things that did not work out, please remember this. What did not succeed in the past is not a prophecy for your future. It is only one chapter, not the whole book. Losing direction is when you no longer know what you are living for. There is a kind of exhaustion that does not come from hard work and not from lack of sleep. It is the exhaustion of a person who does not know where they are going. Day after day, you still do the familiar things, still fulfill your responsibilities, still appear in other people's lives as a completely normal person. But inside, you do not feel like you are moving toward anything. You are just repeating, just existing, just continuing because yesterday you continued in the same way. Losing direction is a very difficult feeling to explain. It does not hurt as violently as a shock, but it quietly wears you down day after day. You look at other people who have goals, plans, dreams. They know what they want. They know what they are doing to move toward that future. But what about you? You only know that you do not want to keep living like this forever, yet you do not know which direction to go. That is why many people begin to feel guilty toward themselves. They think that at this age they should already be more successful, more certain, more clear. They feel like they are moving more slowly than everyone else. They fear that if they keep staying this confused, then years from now, nothing will have changed. But that fear does not push them forward. It only makes them panic more. And the irony is, the more you panic, the harder it becomes to find your way. Maybe you have asked yourself many times, what is my passion? What am I good at? What kind of life do I really want? But the more you ask, the more confused you become. The more you look at the endless choices in front of you, the more paralyzed you feel. Afraid of choosing wrong, afraid of wasting time, afraid of walking a road only to realize it was never meant for you. And so you choose not to choose anything at all. But choosing nothing is also a way of losing time. The truth is, very few people begin life with a complete map in their hands. Most of us are feeling our way through the dark, learning as we go, getting many things wrong before we understand what truly fits us. The problem is not that you do not yet have the answer. The problem is that you believe you must have the answer immediately before you are allowed to move forward. No, you do not need to be 100% sure before you begin. You only need to be honest enough with yourself to try one small direction. Maybe today you do not know what your lifelong purpose is, but you can know what makes you feel a little less suffocated. What makes life feel a little more meaningful? What makes you still want to keep trying for one more day? Sometimes, direction does not come in one bright, dramatic moment. It comes from small experiments. Very real, very ordinary. You are not a failure just because you do not yet know the way. You are not useless just because you have not found your passion. You are simply in a part of the road that many people have also gone through, the foggy stretch where nothing is yet clear. Allow yourself not to know. But do not allow yourself to remain frozen inside that not knowing forever. A person who has lost direction does not need more pressure. They need the courage to take one first step, no matter how small. Because sometimes, the map only appears once you begin moving. The hardest truth: no one is coming to save you. There is a period in life when we often wait for something to happen so things will get better. We wait for someone to understand us. Wait for a better opportunity. Wait for more motivation. Wait for our hearts to heal. Wait for a morning when we wake up and suddenly feel like trying again. We wait for so many things because deep down, everyone wants to be rescued from their own exhaustion. But the painful truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one can live your life for you. No one can be disciplined for you. No one can walk through the pain inside you on your behalf. Other people may encourage you. They may stay beside you. They may hold your hand for part of the road. But the one who has to stand up, change, and face yourself in the end is still you. That is the cruel part. But it is also the most freeing truth you can ever hear. Because if your life is not in someone else's hands, then it is still in yours. You may not control the circumstances you were born into. You may not control all the wounds that happen to you. You may not control what other people think, say, or how they treat you. But you still have the right to decide how you will respond. Whether you will give up or continue. Whether you will keep blaming or begin taking responsibility for your life from this day forward. Many people hear the words, "take responsibility," and feel burdened. But in truth, that is power. Because when you take responsibility, you take back the power to change. But when you hand that power to your circumstances, your past, or other people, you turn yourself into the victim of your own life. Yes, maybe you have been hurt. Maybe you gave everything and still failed. Maybe you are so exhausted you want to quit. But if you keep sitting there waiting for someone to pull you out of the darkness, you will stay trapped there for a long time. Not because you do not deserve love, but because no one can take the steps for you that you yourself refuse to take. Growing up does not mean you no longer feel pain. Growing up means understanding that even while in pain, you still have to learn how to move forward. Even without anyone patting your shoulder, you still have to remind yourself to get up. Even if no one sees your effort, you still have to keep doing what is right for your own life. And remember, standing up does not mean becoming strong overnight. Maybe today, the only thing you can do is one small act. Clean your room, take a shower, go outside for a breath of air, write a few lines about how you feel, or simply get out of bed 10 minutes earlier than yesterday. That still counts as standing up. That still means you are saving yourself. Do not wait for a miracle. Do not wait for a perfect version of yourself to appear before you begin. Start with the exhausted, confused, wounded person you are right now, because no one is coming to save you. But the good news is, the person most capable of pulling you out of the darkest place is still you. To escape the darkness, you do not need a big step. You just need to begin. Many people cannot change their lives, not because they do not want to, but because they think they need to make a huge transformation before it can count as change. They set perfect goals for themselves. From tomorrow, they must wake up early, exercise every day, be perfectly disciplined, work productively, read books, learn new skills, stop procrastinating, become a completely different version of themselves. It sounds inspiring, but after only a few days, everything collapses, and they feel even more disappointed than before. The truth is, a person who is exhausted, lost, emotionally drained, cannot transform overnight. What you need is not a revolution. What you need is one beginning small enough that you can actually do it, even on the days when you have no motivation. Think of it this way. If you are drowning in darkness, you do not need to make one giant leap to get out. You just need to take one step. Just one, then one more. Maybe your first step is drinking enough water in the morning, taking a 10-minute walk outside, folding your blanket after waking up, writing down one single sentence. Today I will not abandon myself. It sounds very small, but those small things are the foundation for rebuilding a sense of control over your life. When a person has felt lost for too long, they often also lose faith in their ability to control anything at all. Everything becomes chaotic. The mind is chaotic. The room is chaotic. Habits are chaotic. Sleep is chaotic. And that is why small repeated actions are more powerful than we think. They do not just change your routine. They send an important signal to your brain. I still have the ability to begin. Do not underestimate the power of showing up consistently. You do not need to become the strongest person today. You only need to be the person who does not disappear from their own life. Every day you do one small thing that is good for yourself. You are proving to yourself that you are not out of chances yet. What keeps many people trapped is not a lack of ability, but the habit of waiting for inspiration before taking action. But inspiration is unreliable. It is there today, gone tomorrow. Small actions, when repeated, create rhythm. From rhythm comes habit. From habit comes strength. And from that strength, you slowly gain the power to face bigger things. If today your entire life feels like a mess, do not try to solve everything all at once. Just choose the smallest thing to rebuild, just one thing. Start with one corner of your desk, one page, one walk, one better hour of sleep, one small promise kept to yourself. You do not need to win right away. You only need to stop surrendering. And sometimes the most powerful act of a wounded person is not doing something grand. It is quietly beginning again with the smallest things. Motivation will disappear, but discipline can save you. One of the biggest mistakes many people make is waiting for motivation before taking action. They think that when they feel better, when they feel more inspired, when they finally feel like doing something, then they will start. But the truth is, motivation is fragile. It is like a fire that catches when the wind is right, but after a few waves of exhaustion, a few failures, a few bad days, it goes out immediately. If you place your life in the hands of your emotions, you will live very inconsistently. There will be days when you feel like you can do everything, but there will also be days when you do not want to do anything at all. And if you keep obeying those feelings, you will build your life on unstable ground. A person who is depressed or lost especially cannot depend on motivation, because there will be days when you barely even know what motivation feels like anymore. What you need is not a burst of inspiration. What you need is discipline, simple enough to survive even on your worst days. Discipline does not mean forcing yourself to become perfect. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like it, even when your mood is bad, even when no one is watching, even when the results do not come immediately. That is what creates the difference between a person who lives by their emotions and a person who slowly regains control of their life. Think about it this way. If every day you wait until you feel okay before taking care of yourself, there will be many days when you abandon yourself. But if you have a few non-negotiable rules, such as getting out of bed at a certain hour, showering, walking 15 minutes, finishing one important task of the day, then you are creating a structure that keeps you from falling too deep. That structure does not make all the pain disappear, but it keeps your life from collapsing completely. Discipline is the quiet force that saves a person from their darkest days. Not because it is glamorous, but because it is consistent. Waking up on time one morning may seem normal. Eating one proper meal may seem small. One focused hour of work may seem insignificant. But when those things are repeated over many days, they begin pulling you out of helplessness. You will not always love your healing journey. There will be days you feel tired of it. Days you want to quit. Days you feel like every effort is meaningless. But precisely on those days, discipline becomes your protection. It helps you avoid having to start from zero every morning. It turns certain good choices into defaults, even when your mind is chaotic. Do not ask yourself every morning, do I feel like trying today? Ask yourself, today, even if I do not feel like it, what will I still keep for myself? The answer to that question is the foundation of a more stable life. Motivation may take you fast for a few days, but discipline is what takes you far, especially on the days you think you cannot go any farther. You are not the only one who has ever fallen apart. When a person has lived in depression, failure, or confusion for too long, they often begin to feel like they are the only one living this badly. They look outside and it seems like everyone else is okay. Everyone else is moving forward. Everyone else has goals, money, work, love, direction, and they themselves are just struggling in a mess of unnamed emotions, a blurred future, and an exhaustion no one can see. But that is not the whole truth. The truth is, so many people out there have had days exactly like yours. They also felt useless. They also hid in their rooms and did not want to see anyone. They also stayed awake late at night just to avoid tomorrow. They also feared looking in the mirror because they no longer recognized the person they had become. They also thought their lives might stay stuck like that forever. It is just that we rarely get to see those dark chapters of other people. We usually only see the final result. We see someone strong and think they were never weak. We see someone successful and think they never failed. We see someone smiling and think they were never broken. But behind a mature person, there are often many long nights, many falls, many moments of wanting to quit, but still gritting their teeth and continuing. This does not mean your pain becomes smaller. It only means you are not abnormal. You are not broken. You are not disqualified from life just because you are going through a season where you are weaker than others. You are experiencing a very human part of life, being hurt, being confused, and trying to find yourself again. There is tremendous power in realizing that you are not alone, that someone has walked this road before you, that someone else once lost their way, but later found a purpose again, that someone else once collapsed, but later rebuilt their life from the ruins, that someone else once thought they could not endure one more day, and yet still made it through. And if they could do it, then you also have the right to believe that you can. Maybe your path will not look like anyone else's. Maybe your pace will be slower. Maybe today you are still not strong enough to say you are okay. But that is all right. Healing was never a straight line. There are good days and bad days. Days of progress and days that feel like slipping backward. But as long as you have not given up on yourself, you are still moving in the right direction. Remember this: the strongest people are not the ones who never fall apart. They are the ones who once fell apart deeply, but still decided to stand up again. You do not need to become someone else to deserve hope. You only need to believe that the weak part inside you is not the ending. It is just a difficult chapter you are walking through. And who knows, one day the story you are living now may become the very reason another person decides not to give up. Your past does not lock your future in place. One of the things that keeps people trapped the longest is the belief that their past has already decided their future. You failed before, so you think you will fail again. You were rejected, so you think you are not good enough. You walked the wrong path, so you think you no longer have the chance to walk the right one. Slowly, what happened to you becomes a prison inside your mind. But the past only has that much power if you keep allowing it to define you. Yes, what happened was real. The times you hurt were real. The times you were wounded were real. The times you tried and were not rewarded were real. No one has the right to deny that. But the second truth is just as important. Those things are not your fixed identity. They are only experiences you have gone through, not the final sentence over your life. There are many people who live their entire lives under the shadow of who they used to be. They do not dare begin again because they think it is too late. They do not dare try again because they fear repeating old mistakes. They do not dare believe in themselves because the failures of the past keep replaying in their minds. So they remain still, not because life locked them there, but because memory locked them there. You need to understand something very important. Today, you are no longer the same person you were before. You have gone through more. You understand more now. You can see more clearly what once made you fall. Even pain has taught you something. And all of those things can become the foundation for living differently if you stop treating them like a life sentence. Starting over does not mean denying the past. Starting over means looking directly at the past and saying, I was hurt, I was wrong, I was lost. But I will not let all of that decide the rest of my life. Maybe you cannot erase what happened, but you can change your relationship to it. You can stop using it to punish yourself every day. Stop repeating how bad you once were. Stop forcing yourself to live forever in the role of a failure. You can choose to see it as a difficult chapter that has already closed or is slowly closing. The future is not made by one perfect moment. It is made by small decisions repeated every day. And if today you decide to be a little kinder to yourself, a little braver, a little more persistent, then you have already begun writing a different future. Do not let old mistakes become the reason you deny yourself new chances. Do not let the weak version of yourself from yesterday decide the limits of who you can become tomorrow. You have the right to change. You have the right to grow. You have the right to move forward, even if your legs still ache from the roads you have already walked. What matters is not where you once were. What matters is where you decide to go from this day onward. If you are still here, it means you have not truly given up yet. If you have come this far, then maybe there is still something inside you that has not gone out completely. Maybe it is very small, Maybe it is just one fragile piece of hope. A very weak part of you still wants a better life, still wants to get out, still wants to find yourself again. And as long as that remains, this journey is not over. You do not need to suddenly become a new person right after watching this video. You do not need to wake up tomorrow and magically be free from depression, free from confusion, free from pain. Life does not change like that. Healing does not happen in one beautiful cinematic moment. It is usually very slow, very quiet, and sometimes very painful. But slow does not mean hopeless. Maybe you will still have to go through a few more bad days. Maybe there will still be mornings when you do not want to leave your bed. Maybe there will still be nights when you ask yourself what you are even trying for. But the difference is this. From now on, you know that those feelings are not the whole of who you are. They are only clouds passing across the sky of your life. Thick, heavy clouds, but not permanent ones. What I hope you keep after this video is not a burst of fiery emotion that lasts a few hours. I hope you keep one very small but very real decision. Do not give up on yourself anymore. Do not leave yourself behind one more time. Do not keep telling yourself that you are useless, hopeless, out of chances. Do not treat your worst seasons as if they are your true identity. Yes, you are going through something difficult, but you are not that difficulty. Yes, you are wounded, but you are not that wound. There is still a person inside you who deserves to live with kindness, to rest, to begin again, to hope. From today on, you do not need to promise that you will do everything. You only need to promise that you will not abandon yourself. Maybe you move slowly, that is okay. Maybe you can only make progress little by little, that is okay. Maybe there will be days when you fall again, that is okay too. As long as you keep returning to yourself, keep picking yourself up, keep moving, then everything is still possible. One day, you will look back on this time and realize you were stronger than you thought. Not because you never fell, but because you fell and still stood up again. Not because you were never afraid, but because you kept walking with fear in your heart. Not because the journey was easy, but because you did not quit halfway through it. If you are very tired today, then rest for a while. But do not turn resting into giving up. Give yourself one more day, then one more day after that. And keep going like that, little by little. Because sometimes the greatest miracle in life is not something from outside coming to save you. It is the moment you decide, I will keep living. If you enjoyed this, please click the subscribe button below. I'd really appreciate a like and a subscription to support the channel and help you catch even more great videos in the future. Thank you so much.